do it. Let's do it.
So tell me what do you think would be worse, right? If there's a giant, you know how people would say there's a conspiracy and like there's the Illuminati that run the government, or
Right.
the corporations rule the government, right? What's worse, that or nobody is in charge? Like, what about the reality that everyone is just winging it every day, right? And nobody really knows what they're doing. And, it's just a bunch of people and there's nobody in charge. Like, what would be worse?
Well, you know what? It's true, man. I feel like it's by me working at a company in the United States can confirm there are several hundreds, maybe thousands, maybe millions of people that have no fucking idea what they do. I can confirm based on empirical evidence and experience. So I am 100% sure that it would be absolute chaos. Well, if it is like actually, I was thinking, it could be terrible if that was the case, but isn't it already terrible? Maybe it is the case, How could we know?
I tend to lean that way. Like, I think it's less likely that there's some sort of giant conspiracy and more likely that just everyone's just doing whatever they're doing and there's no one in charge.
Yeah, you ever read those stories where there's people like, yeah, I got hired. Nobody told me what I was supposed to do, and I managed to stay with this company for like a year
Yeah.
or something. So you're always wondering, like, okay, so did you just like pretend you were doing something like every day, or it's like there has to be people who just don't get paid enough to care,
Yeah.
or they just grown so desensitized with stupidity or something like that. So it's like, oh yeah, hey, what happened to that one time we had that one guy? And they're like, oh, I don't know. He's like, oh yeah, we fired him like a year ago. We hired this new guy to do his job, but
Yeah.
we forgot about him. We forgot about him for
I read
several
a
months.
story where that actually happened. There was a college professor and he was supposed to be let go or something like that. So they canceled all his classes that he was teaching.
Mm-hmm.
But then they screwed up. It was just like in Office Space. Like, he was supposed to be fired, but somehow he was still receiving a check. And he would just come in and go to his office and read a book all day and then go home. And he did it for like 8 years or something insane like that.
What?
Before the college was like, what's going on here with this? And then they were like, you're still working here? And he's like, yeah, you didn't give me any classes, but I'm keeping myself busy in this quiet.
I'm getting paid for something, so I might as well come in, right?
He had like a quiet office, off in the corner somewhere, and he would just read a book all day and then go home.
Yeah, don't interact with anyone. Just sneak around and go home. Or sometimes you don't even have to do that, right? You're just like, as long as you look like you know what you're doing, nobody will question anything.
Yeah, just he walks in, like he's anyone else on campus, actually doing
mug,
actually doing his job.
Everything is fine, except he gets paid. He doesn't have any classes though.
Yeah. I don't know if that would be, like, in some regard, that would be awesome to get paid to just do whatever, but I feel like it would be unsatisfying to some degree.
Yeah, you're just basically getting paid by accident.
Yeah, everyone wants to accomplish something,
And, you could possibly get sued, and be expected to return some kind of money. Like in Monopoly, when the bank has an error in your favor, you get to keep the money.
Yeah.
That's not really how it works in real life.
Yeah, nothing ever works like that.
Yeah, I mean,
they take the money back and then they charge you for not telling them.
Exactly. But like what we were saying, we were just talking about this. It's like, it's absolutely ridiculous how fast money can disappear from my bank account. Like, if I pay someone, or like I do PayPal or go to the store and I spend $10, those $10 are automatically I'm unable to use those $10 automatically, right?
Yeah.
But when I request a refund, especially from PayPal or something like that, these guys take weeks to confirm that I've like, okay, you can now use your account. You can now use your money even though it's being refunded. It's like, Yeah, it's being refunded. What, like, you guys take it out in a second, and when you have to put it back in, you take fucking days, weeks? What's going on
Yeah.
here?
They're like, oh, please wait, 48 to 72 business days until, until
It's
you're
like,
for the funds to become available.
it's so ridiculous, right? And then it's like, okay, so one time I had this problem where I got double charged by accident by a company,
Mm-hmm.
and so I got double charged, so it went into overdraft.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have enough money in my bank account, so the bank charged me $35. They're like, "Hey, you didn't have enough money, so we charged you some more, just so you
Yeah,
know,
just
for
to
your commissioner."
just
So I
really
was
make
like,
it
"Whoa,
interesting.
okay, so these guys are really like mean." So I call them up, and the lady's like, "Yeah, looks like you didn't have enough money, so we charged you some money." I'm like, "Well,
Did
I will have
that
some
help?
money
They're
soon."
like, "Are you feel better about it now? You have less." Is that
Right. So I told them like, okay, but how can we avoid this issue? It was, they double charged me by accident. I didn't overdraft myself. It's just an accident. They charged me twice on my credit card. And she's like, okay, well, once you refund the money, since it's your first time, we'll refund you the overdraft fee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it's not, I didn't do this, I didn't, it's not my fault that I got overdrafted. Someone
Yeah.
charged me twice, which was, instead of 200 was 400. So it's not
Mhm.
like instead of 10 it was 20. It's like
It's like a
was big amount.
fraudulent charge almost. Like,
Yeah, I mean, they just made a mistake. So I called them up. They were like, "Oh, you're right. We double charged you by accident." They refunded me the money. So, but then I had no money in my bank account for like what, a week or so. I was like, what the and then, so I called them up when I got my money, and I'm like, okay, but the $35 for not having money is really steep. Like $35
Yeah.
is fucking 3 hours of work. So I'm like, or 2 hours of work, whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, how can we avoid this issue in the future? And she's like, well, you can pay like a fee like per month, so that if you overdraft, we won't charge you the overdraft fee. And then, we'll give you a few days for you to sort it out, and then, or like you'll pay, like, it's like you put $50 aside that you cannot use.
Mm-hmm.
You pay like $5 a month, or like $5 a year, or something like that. $5 a year, so that if you get overdrafted, you will use your $50, not the $35 fee. So it's your money, but you're technically not using those $50 forever, since they have to be there for you not to get overdrafted.
Yeah, you might as well just put another 50 into your account.
Yeah, basically. Or pay $5 a year, which in, I don't know, 4 years or 5 years it'll be, or 7 years it will actually be $35.
Yeah.
So I've overdrafted probably once out of me being stupid. And I called them up, and they refunded me half of it, since it was like because I refunded something on PayPal. It
Mhm.
took like a fucking week to get the money in. So another automatic payment on my account went in, and I was like, oh my god, I have no actual money. No, I didn't have any debit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh god. So I called them up, and yeah, they did that. But it's like, yeah, like, what's this guy's name? Louis C.K. has the same the routine.
Yeah.
That they charge you money for not having enough money,
Yeah.
and then you pay $10 for having just $20, and then you don't even have it.
I hate when companies like they not only do they try to screw you with fees or something, but then they try to frame it as if they're doing you a favor. Like
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time I see overdraft stuff like that, they're like, "Oh, if you accidentally charge too much to your account, we'll cover it and only charge you $35." And it's
Yeah.
like, why don't you just not put the transaction through? Like,
Exactly.
like, and they're like, "Oh, are you sure you don't want this, overdraft feature?" It's like, no, I don't want to give you $35. Like, obviously
Exactly.
not. You should tell me if I run out of money instead of just charging me. Oh,
Exactly.
wait, you just want to charge fees. I got you.
Or have you ever seen those, like, when it goes in the news, where, like, for example, like a cable company or an internet company will lower their monthly rate, but so they can advertise that it costs less. But once you set it up, you actually get like a service fee every month for the amount of money that they decrease on the price. I'm like, that is such bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
they can just make up all these bullshit fees, like maintenance fees, service fees, like, you know, Ticketmaster. Like, oh yeah, your ticket is $25. You're like, fuck yeah. You go to checkout, it's 35 because there's like 250 for shipping and handling of a piece of paper
Of an electronic ticket.
of an electronic ticket, and 750 for like venue fees.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell is a venue fee? Why isn't this advertised on the ticket? It's ridiculous. The problem is that it actually works. People are like, oh, this ticket is like $100. Oh, of course I'm not going. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, it's $60 with $40 in fees? Yeah, let's go.
And then of course they
it's only
get to the
$60.
checkout and they're already like mentally committed to going when they
Yeah.
find out the fees.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, wow, $40. That's like almost half of the ticket, like more than half of the ticket.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They're already committed and they're already excited about going, so they're just gonna hit complete.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are just fees in general that are not part of the product are just bullshit. They should just be included on the thing. It's like the taxes in the U.S. It's crazy how they do it here. In most of the countries that have taxes like that, the prices are already included with tax. But in the U.S., it's like it says like $4.99. You buy it and then you have to pay taxes on top of it. So it's like the price isn't really $4.99.
Yeah, they should just include it. Like, and it wouldn't even be a competitive disadvantage or anything because all the companies would have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's
And
not
everyone would just know what the price was.
Yep. I mean, it's just crazy, dude.